What's going on, guys? It's Creator here. This is another episode of Creator Talks. This is episode 13. I'm here with my guest today, Tap Engineer. What's up, Tap?
Hey man.
Wait, I hope I said it right. It was Tap Engineer, right?
Yeah, it's tapped. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting, actually. I just wanted to know, how did you come up with that?
If I'm honest with you, it was a bit of it's an engineering term. Tapped is like a screw, so like a thread on a screw, and then engineer. I'm like a trained engineer in real life, but tapped also in England means a bit crazy. So I went with tapped engineer.
Yeah, tap means something different over here. It just means like you're just tapping on something. I didn't realize tap means over there. It also means like a screw.
Yeah, so if you say to someone in like where I'm from, if you say you're a bit tapped, it means you're a bit nuts, like a bit crazy. So I went with tapped.
You see, it's funny because the previous episode I did this guy who's from Denmark. It's like I never knew how much different the world is outside America since I live in the United States. I really knew it because like I learned about how college is free over there in Denmark. What part of United Kingdom are you from?
I'm from Manchester. I'm in university at the minute, and I so wish that it was free. It's costing me £9,000 a year.
Okay, you see, so based on my last episode, I thought like Europe in general had free college. So you actually had to pay for that.
Yeah. Well, I think your college is our university. I think. You also have university though, actually, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We have universities and colleges. I mean, they're essentially the same thing. In my opinion, they're essentially the same exact thing. I don't see the difference. You still got to pay the tuition or whatever, so I don't relatively see the difference.
Yeah. I think it pretty much equivalates to the same.
I think like the university. I'm trying to figure out what's the difference. Cause I know like you both live on campuses. Like you guys have like campuses, right?
Yeah. It's I think the only difference is the name. I really do. I don't think there's actually a massive difference. And I think for university, for you guys, it's just that bit extra, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I personally can't think of a difference. I mean, I personally didn't go come myself. I know a bunch of my friends did, but I personally couldn't tell you the difference about college.
Yeah.
So how is college for you?
It's okay. It's a stepping stone. It's not what I ultimately want to do, I don't think. But I've done 5 years worth of experience in industry, so I've gone back to do more studying and take it from there. But it's mainly a fallback in the ultimate grand scheme of things. So
I mean, it's a smart thing to have a background. I mean, smart thing to have a backup plan just in case.
Yeah, that's the idea. But I'm not massively enjoying it, so to speak. It's more the people that are here, and I have a good time with the people.
So, like, what is like the main line of field you want to do after you get your degree?
Well, if I go into that industry, it'd probably be mechanical engineering. So it'd be stuff like designing, testing, quality, stuff like that. It's the boring stuff, really.
No, it's not boring at all because actually you don't realize engineering stuff is really what makes this world work. So, wow, you guys engineering, none of the stuff that we can't have. I know the stuff we don't have it. I know I said that poorly. You guys.
No, I know. Yeah,
I couldn't think of what to say at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's challenging to say the least.
So I'm curious. You being an engineer, though, what made you want to start a YouTube channel in the first place?
To be honest, it's like many of the people who started that I know of. Anyway, it's the love of playing games, and generally, I mean, I find that just playing games with friends or doing stupid things with friends. Imagine being able to say that you could make something of that. It's a real cool opportunity if you can do it right, and if you get people that want to see more, it's a great opportunity. Plus, even obviously, I'm not making any money or anything now. I'm completely just enjoying it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you're perfect. Like as I told the other people, I guess it's like at this point. You should just be doing. I mean, like if you like doing YouTube, you should just do it just to do it. You shouldn't. I mean, if you expect any money out of it and you actually get money, that's just a bonus. That's just like pretty much a bonus at that point. So you should really just do it because you just love doing it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, the laughs that you have with friends, man, they're brilliant. They're so funny. I find myself struggling to edit videos because I've got that many things that I want to include because
mhm.
I find them hilarious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I perfectly understand. What made you want to do gaming out of all the other like fields of videos you could have done, like down the road? Like, what made
Well,
you want to do game, or you just enjoy gaming in general? So
yeah, well, I see kind of gaming as a backbone to my channel. I don't see it as the be all and end all. I kind of like. I mean, the future plan is to expand into other things, but at the minute, I see gaming as
mhm.
um, like the thing that I always play games with friends, and we do always do stupid things on it and have fun and have laugh, and we find funny things that happen. But there is other things that I'd like to expand into. It's mainly just because that's what I've always done, really.
Interesting, interesting. I mean, yeah, I mean, like me myself, I used to do. I mean, I still do gaming on my channel, but I did want to expand out more. So after I got to high school, I actually got a camera, like a Canon Rebel camera. Now my plan is like do more like skits, whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
and do
I
stuff like
get
that.
that. Yeah, that's something that I kind of like the idea of. I totally understand what you mean there. I really do. I think it's a cool expansion, and also I think that I mean, looking at other YouTube channels, I think half of it as well is to be able to sell your personality rather than
Exactly,
just the game, and that's what I kind of want to include more of. So I would like to include more of me on a personal level as
personality.
well.
No, no, I
I'd
get
be
that.
really up for doing that.
Yeah, because personally, in my opinion, the reason why I stopped really putting gaming on the main focus of my channel because I feel like the gaming aspect of YouTube is very oversaturated.
Yes, yeah, totally agree with that.
Yeah, like a couple years ago when I first started, like the whole Let's Playing scene was just kind of new at the time. But now it's like you can just go on YouTube. It's all about pretty much gaming. Like it pretty much took over so much so that made a whole YouTube gaming app or whatever. That whole YouTube gaming thing that they were doing at that one point
Yeah,
was
yeah,
literally
yeah,
like
yeah.
all gaming. It's just for in my opinion, it's oversaturated. And me being the smaller YouTuber and you yourself, I feel like there's no point even doing gameplay because it's not like pretty much a new viewer just gonna look at it. Okay, this guy has like Resident Evil 7. This guy has a million subscribers. This guy has like 2,000.
Yeah,
Obviously, they're gonna watch the person with the, a million subscribers. It's already you're already pretty much fighting an uphill battle to begin with. So
exactly. I mean, at one point, I mean, you'll probably know the same. Like, it was once a point of who could get the best game first and stream it or
exactly
record it, but it just doesn't work like that now. It's got to
anymore.
be. I think for people like myself, and I mean, you're a lot bigger than me, but you'll still find the same
I mean,
problems that.
subscribers don't really mean anything. At least to me, to other viewers, it probably does. To me, subscribers don't mean anything. If people watch it, they watch it.
Yeah, it has to be your active viewer base sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing. Yeah, I mean, it's being able to find that niche in the market, isn't it?
Yeah,
In
no,
terms
it
of
is.
offer something new that other channels don't, and that people want to see more of, I suppose.
It is. No, it really is. But I'm
Yeah,
actually.
and
No,
sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead. Continue, sir.
I just think that's what I mean. We can. I'm not sure if you're like Hydro and that I was mentioning to you before this interview
Yes.
that that's what we kind of try and do at the minute. It's where we're trying to find, what's the new sort of video ideas that we can come up with? What can we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of just doing like a collab where we're all just talking, having a laugh and this and the other, we're like, why don't we see if we can do this challenge or do this or do that? And that's what we're like looking at doing for the future.
And actually, I am curious about that because obviously, if you guys are watching, I recently had a guest on here named Sturtrix. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
turns out you are actually part of like a gaming group with him. So, like, I wonder if you could like elaborate more on that.
Yeah, sure. So we went on a forum. This was fairly recent, to be honest. This was
Mhm.
about, just to clarify, I've only just started this channel at the beginning of January, so
Oh,
I'm
that's
very,
good.
very,
And the
very,
fact that
very
you're
new.
already part of Maker, that's actually incredible. Actually,
Thanks, man. Yeah, we basically started then, and I got onto the forums straight after. And I was speaking to Sturtrix, who set up a collab channel, so I got involved with that, and we've got like a little group going on there. These are quite a few groups, but one main group with me and a few other guys who basically do collabs now together. And I've also got a few other collab groups, but that's kind of my main one. and we're trying to do other things on there where we can come up with new ideas and try new things out. And yeah, that's basically what it's called the Hydro Squad, and that's what we're trying to do at the minute. Yeah.
Actually, I might actually pull it up right now. I'm gonna pull up your YouTube channel right now so people can see it real quick.
Yeah, sure.
1 second. I mean, they'll see. Yeah, they should see it. Do you see it on your screen, or present to everyone? You should be able to see it right now. Do you see it?
I do. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So, so like you guys have like a like your own YouTube channel, or you guys, or it's just like collab videos throughout all.
It's more of like a Discord server sort of thing. So if you can see, so that the Forest series, that's a Hydro Squad thing. It's like a series that we're doing. And then we've got stuff like the Town of Salem. And then with some friends that I have in real life, we're doing a training day series on Rainbow Six, and that's basically where we're all really awful at the game, and it's just basically us trying to do well in any way, shape, or form, and it kind of doesn't go that well.
I do like these thumbnails that you guys have right here.
Thanks, man. The cards against humanity as well. We kind of do as a just when we were not playing games and we're just having a laugh, we kind of upload them as well. I mean, there's only a few videos on there, but that's the sort of kind of idea that I'm going on. And hopefully, within the future, I'll be doing a lot of personal uploading in terms of what's going on in my own life and funny things that I find, and like you say, skits, them sort of things. I quite like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea too because I feel like with skits they have like more longevity, in my opinion. Because maybe it's just me, but I feel like more people will tend to rewatch like a skit video or something like that compared to like gameplay video, where it's like gameplay videos you don't probably watch that one time just to see you get past that level, but then after that it's just you won't be watchable anymore. Where like stuff like comedy and skit videos like that, you may watch it over and over and over again. People still enjoy it.
Exactly. Sorry.
No, go ahead. No.
I kind of think that at the heart of these sort of channels, it is humor. So I think that has to be the basis of. So doing some stuff like skits, it is like you say, it's funny. It's people watch it and they become like a thing that people refer to you for. Do you know what I mean?
No, I perfectly understand, because that's probably how most people get their name out there, by doing stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, yo, did you watch this guy's video? Oh really? And like people tend like a casual viewer on YouTube tend to watch something like that compared like a gaming video. They'll save the person not really much into gaming, but if they just watch regular normal video like that, say, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And then they'll search through your channel, they'll see stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that I'm really big on, man. I totally understand exactly where you're coming from.
I mean, like seeing your channel, for example, is like I'm just finding it incredible how you were already partnered with a network. Because for me, when I first started, like around 2012, I had to wait like 4 months until I actually got partnered with somebody. But the fact that you already partnered.
When you say a network, Hydro Squad isn't actually a network; it's just a collab group.
Oh no, I'm talking about like you, but aren't you part of the Maker Gen network? Or
no, I'm not partnered with the network at all.
Interesting.
No, I've not got any network yet, and I don't know whether I'm going to ultimately. But
I mean, my personal opinion, I don't feel like you need to be partnered with the network. Tommy, since you are relatively a gaming channel at first, I can see the only reason why I should say you should partner with the network is because you have a lesser chance of getting like a content ID or copyright strike from these gaming people. That's the only reason why I say you should partner. So at least you be safe on that, so you can actually start making money on your video. Even if you do make a few, like couple dollars on it, at least it'd be something.
Yeah. So it gives you that protection.
Exactly, because I found that out the hard way. Because when I was just uploading, because before I started just doing like WE at times like WE13 videos, and I got all of these copyright strikes at first. I didn't know what the hell to do. My channel about to be deleted. The guy told me you should just join a network.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I'm not saying that'll happen to you, because clearly, it's weird how YouTube judges what is fair use or whatever. In my opinion, fair use for a gameplay video, as long as you're commentating over it, That's
It
perfectly
should
fair.
be.
I know that was what it was for me, but for some reason they didn't see my video like that, so I just had to be partnered with the network, and then
So
everything was
you've got backing sort of thing.
yes,
You got
exactly.
you,
So that's the only. I mean, just in
and
my opinion, you should have just you should be able to join a network, or could you? I don't
okay,
know.
I'll probably look into that. It's just the fear of being able to go up against someone who does copyright claim, isn't it? If you're on your own.
Exactly. You would have it much more so like they'll at least. I mean, nowadays, to be honest with you, like multi-channel networks, they don't really help you out. I'm personally, the only reason I'm still with Maker and probably Sturtrix too, like we talked about before, is just only because like the protection of that affecting your videos. But otherwise, they don't really help you promote just because they say they do. Like they don't actually promote your channel or anything. The smaller people like
Right.
us, so it's like they just. I'm only with them pretty much just for like the royalty-free music and
Yeah.
just for the content projection. But I mean, I personally think you can do perfectly fine without being part of the network myself.
Okay.
That's just me.
Yeah. My only other fear is, do you know how you use the music that they provide?
Mm-hmm.
Is that say you were to you like leave the network, would you have to remove the videos
No,
that
no,
you
no,
use
no, no.
there?
It's still yours. So basically, for example, the Maker Gym, what they use is something called the Academic Soundbar folder right now. It is
Okay.
basically royalty free because since you are YouTube, so like just say what like say so happy you're part of Maker Gym, right? You just so
Okay.
happen to leave it. You still have a
Yeah.
YouTube subscription. So basically anybody can use this website, YouTuber or not, you can just use this website. If you're not a YouTuber, you have to pay like I'm looking at it right now. If you're not a YouTuber, you have to pay some sort of fee. But if you say if it shows that you're a YouTube subscription, you actually have a YouTube channel, have a decent amount of stuff, they let you use it for free.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, because they are partnered with Maker, Broadband TV, Discovery Channel. They're partnered with a lot of people. So a lot of people, this is like pretty much like royalty free music. Otherwise,
Wow.
yes, like otherwise, if you don't have a partner network, I'm looking at it right now. You can either gotta pay $12 per month, $24 per month. This is weird, or 100. This is weird. Why do you have to pay this much? Because like I'm looking at here, I'm actually gonna pull it up right now so you can see this.
Yeah.
That's weird. I never actually know that. Like, if you're not part of YouTube, so if you can see this, as you can see, these are the subscriptions for it. That's weird.
Oh, okay.
It's like the starter pack to use the royalty-free music is $12 per month, enough to find your monthly channel. I don't get
Right.
that. What does that mean? Up to 500K monthly channel.
Bill on you next month.
Professional.
So
That's
that's up
weird.
to.
Yeah, that's weird because like I'm on. See, obviously I'm not logged in yet. Let me see something. Let me just log in real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Let's-
It is. I find that the more I look into it, the more there's a lot to it.
Mhm.
There's a lot of research that I need to do on it, really.
Okay, see now I'm logged in. So YouTube subscription paid. So YouTube paid me to use this basically. So now
That's
I have
cool.
access to all this music right here. I mean, I could just search up any music, just a bunch of albums here, as you can see.
That's
I mean,
really
some of the
cool.
music, yeah, some of the music is pretty good. But yeah, basically, yes, as you can see, if you weren't a part of it, you had to pay that fee, which is weird.
Right.
I had to pay that. Who would pay that much for music for all of that? You
It's
know,
bizarre, isn't it?
people usually just what you call it? They just download the music off of YouTube anyway and just use it for themselves.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I don't personally see the point in that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I download off
Exactly.
YouTube and then just plug the name. Well, as long as I know that it's royalty free, and then I plug
Oh,
the
yeah.
names in at the. Do you know how everyone else does it, pretty much?
Oh, yeah, it's like I don't. That's weird. I never knew that if you weren't partner for network, you had to pay for that. Just I always thought it was free.
Yeah. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
But there's actually one thing I do want to talk to you about real quick. Here, this actually just happened. I think yesterday. Is
Okay.
PewDiePie from the UK?
No, he's from Sweden, I think. Sweden, Norway.
Sweden.
Yes, I'm sure it's Sweden.
Yeah. Did you hear what happened about him yesterday?
No.
So basically, what happened yesterday? Even though probably it's time this video just be old news, but what happened yesterday was I had no idea. I guess a month ago he was making like these quote unquote anti-Semitic videos, even though there was jokes. Basically, he told these people to go on this website, and he paid these people to write something like kind of racist,
I
but it
have,
really wasn't.
I have seen this. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So so basically now all of a sudden, like a month later, all these news outlets like Wall Street Journal, Daily Mail, these types of people, they start reporting on it. And I guess Disney, who owns Maker now, got caught wind of this and they actually cut ties with him. So he's not part of YouTube Network anymore.
Really?
Yes, I was shocked about it yesterday. I looked at it through a drama alert and whatever. I was like, wait, what? And then
No way.
so he's official, which is I find that so weird because it's
Yeah.
like PewDiePie is the biggest YouTuber, and Maker Jin had control. I mean, and it was under Maker Jin. Why
That's
would a
a
Maker?
that's a
Yeah, like
very ballsy move.
it's like
That
either like they were getting that much heat over it that they had to drop him. It's like
yeah.
something happened because I would have personally never dropped him. Period. I mean, like unless it going too far, but it was all taken as jokes. Nobody really got
Yeah.
offended by it, in my opinion.
He's said a lot. He's done a lot of like ballsy stuff every now and then. He's not been dropped, but that is
That's
pretty.
crazy. Like, but it's crazy
Yeah.
because these videos are over a month old. So, like, why is it now people are bringing it up? That's what I find interesting. Like, if it was really, I feel like here's what I personally feel. Like. I feel like Disney already knew he was making. Cause they had to know somehow that he was
Yeah.
making these
Yeah.
videos like a month ago. They just didn't care because they probably didn't thought it was that big a deal because it wasn't. But then I guess they was getting so much heat over the news or whatever, and they were saying, how come a corporation like Disney, like child friendly or whatever,
Yeah.
is
The
allowing
public
this
backlash.
exactly was allowing this
Yeah.
person to put up these videos and they're under your network, so it's going to be under your name. So I guess it was catching heat over it. It was like screw it, just had to let them go. That's crazy. Cause just
Well, I don't.
imagine.
What
No,
I
go
don't
ahead.
understand is I don't think anyone looks at PewDiePie, looks at the videos he comes out with, and if he comes out with a bad video, goes, "Oh, Disney must be doing the wrong thing with him," and this and the other. Well, no one thinks of Disney when PewDiePie does anything bad, do they? Really? So I think it's a bit stupid that they've let him go. I think that's a bit. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get it. It's like I I'm just trying to fathom what was Maker Jin thinking. Like here you have this guy who is not only your most subscribed, YouTube that they had on their network, the most subscribed person in YouTube, period. 50
Yeah.
million subscribers, nobody can touch him. And they was
Yeah.
willingly let him go. I could just imagine how much he brings in because I remember a couple years ago, they sent out a report how much he earned. He earned 12 million that year.
Jesus.
$12 million just in YouTube alone. He's probably had
That
a
is a
bunch of other
lot of
brand
money.
sponsor deals, but just in YouTube revenue alone, he earned $12 million.
That is bizarre. It's crazy when you really think about it.
So I can imagine. Obviously, Maker got a cut of that, so I can imagine how much money they got off of that. And the fact
Yeah.
that that was before he only had like 30 million subscribers. That's like a couple years ago. So now you gain an extra 20 million. So imagine how much he
That's
made now. So it's like
so it must have had to been serious to cut him and lose that much money. Because I mean, they must
it.
be getting a fair portion of.
It must have been serious. I looked at this video. It wasn't really. I can see how some people might have got offended, but it was again. If you look at the description, it's a joke.
Yeah, yeah,
I
and
can
I
tell
mean,
the joke because he paid those people. He put a disclaimer in the video description saying he paid those people. So it's like it was a joke.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, let's be honest. We've seen worse things on YouTube that have
Oh, yeah,
got
no,
away
sorry,
with
yeah.
that have got away with more
Murder.
Do you know?
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know YouTube named Leafy. He makes fun of kids all the time,
Exactly.
and yeah. So you know what I'm talking. He makes fun of kids, sometimes autistic kids as well. And it's like he's perfectly fine. Keemstar, man, I get started on Keemstar.
Oh,
He's like
so
the
yeah, you
poison.
know
Yeah,
all that Boosie Tube and all them
exactly.
guys.
All
Yeah,
those people gets
how did they
away.
get away with that?
Yeah, like pranksters and whatever. They get away with everything. But now
Yeah,
PewDiePie, who's not even a prankster, he just did this again. Harmless. I mean, I could see how some people might have got offended, but again, it was a harmless video. It was a joke. These are like the comedy stuff that you see on like TV or whatever. Like Saturday
yeah,
Night Live
yeah,
probably would have did that too, and they would have never got any flack over it.
yeah, and yeah, he gets a load of stick for it. I think I think sometimes he can be marketed in a way that makes him family friendly, and I really don't see him as family friendly at all.
Oh yeah, I don't personally see it as well, but it still doesn't change the fact that if this. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to understand like their thought process when they did this because like somebody in the company I say, dude, we're losing so much. 12 million.
Yeah,
12 million. Let's just
it's
put that in perspective for a second. Somebody who has like a no, like somebody who has a doctor's degree don't even make that. They barely make a million probably a year.
yeah. This guy from Sweden can.
Exactly. And it's like he's making like I'm just trying to fathom that. It's like you have this guy who's making more than people who have degrees that actually have jobs like being scientists, doctors. You have this guy who's making 12 million just by sitting in his house and just making and recording himself, and he makes 12 million a year.
It's the ultimate dream, isn't it?
Yes, anybody. I would. You know how much I would love that if I could just sit on my ass and just record myself just talking, and people are actually listening to me, and I get paid for it. Who doesn't want that?
I literally when I first started my channel and I was speaking to my girlfriend, and this must have been like a couple of weeks ago when I hit 20 subscribers, and I was it must have been about 1 o'clock in the morning, and my girlfriend was asleep, and I checked my subscribes and it came on as 20, and I literally ran into the room and I'm like, I've got 20 subs, and she's like, will you please go to bed and shut up?
I mean, no, I mean,
It's just funny
no, I
to put
mean,
it in perspective.
I feel your passion because I felt like that too because it was like who was it that made me want to do YouTube? I guess it was a guy named really like Ray William Johnson. If you remember him,
Yes, I do.
a guy back then, yeah. I mean, want to do YouTube because like I mean, looking at this guy, I was like, here's this guy who's just sitting here. Yeah, at this point, I was still like in middle school or whatever. So here's this guy who's literally sitting here in his house just making these comedy videos, and he was like the most subscribed
Yeah.
person on YouTube. He was getting paid for it. I was like, if he can do that, I can do that.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah, that was.
I feel like
Sorry.
those are type. Yeah, no. I'm saying I feel like those are types of people. Is like shows that you can do it on YouTube. You just actually just put your mind to. Anybody can make it here on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. It's the ultimate goal, man. It
It
really
is.
is to be able to be able. It's not just that. It's the idea that other people find you interesting. That's nice, you know.
Exactly.
It's like if people can relate to what you're doing and they can join, and it's nice when you see fans joining in, and it's like, you know, it's just a nice idea just overall. I always like now I used to just watch YouTube videos and be part of that community, and I thought, oh no, I'd like to give it a go. But when I watch other YouTubers videos now and seeing the fans getting involved, it's really a nice thing to see because it's what you really emulate to be able to be.
It's funny because this website
It really is.
yeah, this website just started out just being cat videos, but then it just grew into something more. No, yeah, it really did start out as cat video. That's all I used to see on here was cat video and like AMVs with Dragon Ball Z. That's all
Yeah,
that's all it was at first, but now just grown into something bigger. It's pretty much again. I have people where I live just saying they just like they cut off their cable service. They just watch stuff on the internet, like YouTube videos, whatever. Like that's how much of an impact it has. So much so that you see
Yeah.
like networks like CBS or like CNN, they have their own YouTube channel because they realize there's much more of an audience on the internet than there is people watching TV.
Yeah, it's slowly going, isn't it? On like news on TV now. They start. I read a report the other day. I can't remember where I bloody read it, but it was saying how YouTube's actually taking over in terms of delivering news in some aspects of
It is.
Yeah, and I understand it. I get it. It makes sense because it's an unbiased source for one. Well, I mean that can be argued, but usually it can be an unbiased source, you know, and it's probably a more reliable source in terms of some of the channels that you watch the news on.
Oh no, it really personally is. It's just I feel like I guess because it's to me, in my opinion, I feel like the reason why YouTube works because people like normal people like us can just look at somebody saying, "Hey, he's somebody like me. He's not some person on TV. Just got famous because they're a part of this TV show. He's literally just the same person like me, sitting in his house, and thought, hey, this might be cool to show people, and it worked.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got no corporate affiliation that he has to plug or promise out things to. Do you know what I mean?
No, exactly. That's why I feel like YouTube just works in my opinion. That's why I always prefer seeing people like that and like appreciate those people work compared to people who are just like somebody like Justin Bieber, even though I can care less
Yeah.
about him, just using him as example. Like he would have never got famous If it wasn't for the guy named Usher, I believe. I think Usher did it. Got him
Okay.
famous by putting him in his music video, and then he just went from there. He just went to all Hollywood or whatever.
Well, didn't Justin Bieber start off on YouTube?
Yeah, he did.
Right.
So basically, what
Yeah.
happened was, Usher, again, this music guy named Usher, he put him in one of the music videos, and he gave him this deal to do this one song, and it just blew up on YouTube. Which is
Yeah.
that's kind of ironic part. But what's it? That's actually, I'm glad you said that. Now I realized that if it wasn't for YouTube, there would be no Justin Bieber.
Exactly. Well, don't say that. People will start condemning YouTube for
I don't
that.
care. I mean,
No, I mean, even though everyone's like Justin Bieber off it, I mean,
yeah.
he's got where he's got. You know, you can't take that away from him. You've got to kind of commend him for that in a way.
Oh no, yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't take any away how he got there. It's just like saying, yeah, like for example, if it wasn't for that YouTube platform, like again, if he would have did this on TV, he would have never got nowhere. But the fact that
definitely.
the fact that he first started on YouTube, where there's normal people just saw him, say, "Hey, this guy's kind." I mean, well, girls saw him, and saw it, and say, "Hey, this guy's kind of cute" or whatever. Then he would have never got anywhere. Like, I'm just saying, like, if they would just put him like on MTV and just say, "Here, just go at it for that one song," I guarantee you people would have care less about him.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's kind of the rags to riches story, isn't it? In a way, that kind of helped him also.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
But it's interesting. It is interesting when you look back and you analyze these YouTube stars and how they got there. And I mean, I was watching a Vice documentary a couple of days ago about KSI, and it was showing his mansion and this, that, and the other. And it was starting out how he started streaming FIFA games and showing that, and it was showing his old streaming where he used to stream and his little room and this, that, and the other. And it showed how he got to this point that he's at now, and it was really interesting actually.
Wait,
I mean,
KSI is from Europe too, right?
He's from London,
It's
England.
crazy. All the top YouTubers are not, and I know, and that's another thing. YouTube is started in America. You see all these top people, and they're not even from America. That's why I find it so amazing.
Yeah, it's literally worldwide, isn't it? Because I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. I think most of the more successful YouTubers are American. Like a majority of like successful.
Oh yeah, the majority
YouTubers,
of them. But like, obviously, like PewDiePie, for example, you don't have to be from America.
Yeah,
and go into this and like, yeah, basically.
exactly. Yeah, it's not. It's nice to know that it's not where you're from. It's literally how people find you as a person.
It is. It's just amazing how this community works. It is.
I literally, when I started my channel, I literally said to my girlfriend, I said, I've got friends who find me funny in terms of some of the things that I do. So I said, if say I have 5 friends and that's out of, I don't know, 20 of my friends, that's a quarter. Say I go on YouTube, which is broadcast to millions of people. There's got to be a handful of people in there that also.
What you do, yeah.
Yeah. So I just said, I'll give it a go and see what happens, basically.
Hey, I mean, sometimes you just have to try and hopefully it works out. I mean, eventually somebody will notice you.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if not, then you know that, well, you give it a go and you had a bit of fun and there you go. But say I were to quit tomorrow. I mean, I'm not going to, but say I was going to, it wouldn't stop me playing games and doing what I'm doing still. The only difference is what I'm doing now is I'm recording it.
I feel, I just feel, and that's another thing I want to bring up. People eventually, once they start getting to seeing the money here on YouTube, I feel like they don't put like much of like pride into their videos as they used to. Like a perfect example, I talked to the other guy last week about this guy named DSP. Since he's a gamer, quote unquote, I don't think he really is. He's really only doing it for the money because all he talks about is just the money. Oh, hopefully this game brings in this many. Like that's literally all he talks about is like, hopefully this game brings in this many views or whatever, so I can pay my bills. And it gets to the point where it's like, I know you're not doing it just for fun of it anymore. He says he does, but no, you're not. You constantly talk about how your viewership is down or whatever. I mean, like you shouldn't care.
You shouldn't
care.
I always find that as soon as I see a video that does that, it gets a bit. I know it sounds silly, but a bit beggy, if you know what I mean.
It is.
So
no, it is. That's what
it's a bit. Yeah, it's a bit like, come on now, just make good content and you will get what you want.
It is, and it's well. And speaking on the subject of gaming, what is your favorite gaming system, or like what's your favorite company? Nintendo, Xbox, Sony?
I tell you, to be honest with you, I hate to admit it, but it's probably Xbox. It should be PC, really, shouldn't it?
I mean,
It's it Xbox.
I personally never got into PC game myself. That's probably because my desktop is powerful now. I always thought like PC gaming was pretty much so. Like, how different is PC gaming compared to Xbox or like console gaming?
What for recording or just general?
Just in general, I mean, is like the graphics better on PC?
Well, I only got really into PC gaming about a year ago, and then more seriously recently. But I always used to say, oh no, the Xbox is better because it comes pre-made and this that, and the other. And then I kind of got into PC gaming. And I was like, oh, actually, what everyone's just been telling me is kind of right. Like it is so much crisper, and I mean, you can make it more responsive. Everything's more customizable to you.
I got you.
But the only problem is you pay a lot more money.
Oh yeah, of course. I could imagine.
But if you're into crisp graphics and making everything custom to you, then it is worth it. Do you know what I mean? It's how far you want to go with PC gaming, whereas with Xbox, you get what you're given, sort of thing.
I mean, like, you plan on getting the Scorpio? I know they announced that the Scorpio or Project
What's
Scorpio.
That? Sorry,
you never heard of the new system they're coming out with? The Xbox Scorpio.
No.
Interesting. Okay, so E3 they announced a system called they call it dubbed Project Scorpio. So it's essentially what they're dubbing is not like the next generation. Like, it's not just a successor to the Xbox One. It's essentially an upgrade to the Xbox One, but it's like the graphics process is supposed to be 10 times more better than the Xbox One. But I feel like what's happening here in the gaming industry is that because of mobile gaming has such an impact, they're following suit with that. Because you know how iPhones, for example, right? They come out every year, same fucking phone with minor upgrades, and I feel like that's what's happening now.
So it's a bit of a cash cow.
Exactly. And it's like the difference is I don't feel like it's going to work because people who buy phones clearly has money to buy phones. I'm not saying that gamers don't have money to buy games, but they're going to look at it as why am I paying $300 or like $400 for this Xbox One if I know next year they're going to come out with a newer version that's probably much more powerful. If I can cost a little bit more, I literally just invested $400 for no reason.
Yeah, no,
gamers are going to see it like that.
Yeah, they're going to see it in a way that what's the point?
What is exactly what's the point? It's like I feel like and it's sad because I feel like they got their hands forced because of how phones just taking off the gaming, whatever. I personally don't game on my phone. The only game I have on there is Pokemon Go. That's when I go outside. Otherwise, I don't personally game on my phone at all. I feel like that's the whole point is for gaming console or PC to do that. Yeah. But it's like since they had such an impact, and what doesn't help matters how mainly, I mean, majority, like I say, 98% of games on the phone is free, so that doesn't help matters.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you always have to pay. So
I always see mobile gaming. I never really. I know this sounds a bit awful, but I never really see it as a serious thing. I always see it as a kind of like when you're on the bus or the train or something. It's just kind of there. Do you know what I mean?
No, it is. I can't personally think of a mobile game that I actually found like it was tense or whatever.
Yeah. I think there is money to be made there. I mean,
it is. No, of course.
Candy Crush and stuff.
Especially again, Candy Crush is ridiculous. You know how much money they made off of that?
No.
Okay, let me put this in perspective. So my mom is a perfect example of this. She plays Candy Crush, right?
Yeah, my mom does too, to be fair. Yeah.
The reason why I can see why now I understand how companies make so much money off of this. So like say if you finish a level, right, but you lose like all your lives. To get to the next level, you can either wait like 2 hours or an hour to like get your like life points regenerated so you can play the next level, or you can pay $1 so you can play it right now.
Yeah.
One day, my mom, she spent like $10 in one day just because she kept like that, and that's how it works. Because you can't just wait.
It literally can be like an addiction. It really can. It's just like wanting more. It
happened to me before. I forgot what I was playing. That's why I just stopped mobile gaming. I think it was called WWE Immortals, right?
Yeah.
It's like this game. Well, I mean, you probably don't know. It's like this game for WWE made like more. I'm a big wrestling fan. So I lost the battle, and I just spent $1 in phone. Like, I spent so much money. I look at my bank account the next day. I'm wondering why. I was like, wait, where did $64 go? And I realized it went all through the freaking iTunes store. I was like, holy shit. And I just deleted the game off my phone. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, it racks up,
Because
doesn't
it
it?
didn't occur to me at the time. You think, oh, it's only $1. It won't mean much. But then
Yeah,
when you actually look at it and see how much time you put into it, like, oh shit, you're spending, and that's how microtransaction works. And I hate how they did. I forgot what game it was. They did microtransaction.
yeah. Well, they're becoming more of a thing now, isn't it? Anyway,
It's
aren't they,
sad.
really? And that is, like I say, that is sad. I mean, gone are the times when you bought a game and that was it. It's never. It's
Actually,
never.
no, I'm
Sorry.
saying I'm curious. What is your opinion on like DLC and whatever? Like, what is your opinion on that?
The only game that I think recently that's made good DLC in terms of how DLC should be done is The Witcher. I don't think any other game has done it
Yeah,
right
The
in
Witcher.
terms
Yeah,
of out DLC. It was another game. It was like it was the fairest thing you could think of because you got. I think it was like another 40 odd hours worth of gameplay with the DLC, and it wasn't even as much as the game. So it was like that's really good
no,
value
and
for
that's
money.
worth it. And that's
Whereas like the new Resident Evil, which I've not played it, but I've seen a few
yeah,
walkthroughs, and
apparently it's
I know it's
good.
got,
Yeah, I haven't personally played it.
but I know it's got Chris, what's he called, Chris Red, I can't think of his name. I should really know this. Chris Redgrave, something like that. It's got him as a cameo at the end, and it's clearly a nod to making DLC, and it's like you've made this game knowing that you're not going to release the whole details about everything.
Exactly.
So, and it's like, I don't know, I find that it's a bit cheating in a way.
It is. No, it personally is. It's like,
It's
no, go ahead, go ahead.
it's just a massive cash grab. I totally think it's out of order, really.
It's like for me, it's like DLC can work two ways. For example, I feel like people don't probably think this. I think probably the best example besides The Witcher is like some game that work DLC perfectly is like sport, not I would say sports game, like WE games, right? Because I bought
Yeah.
2K17 for example. Let's just say
Okay.
2K7 is like, for example, 2K17 came out, but then at the same time, this guy named Shinsuke Nakamura debuted. Okay.
Okay.
Obviously, when they made the game, he couldn't be in it because he wasn't even part of WWE at that point. So they released him as DLC, and I was perfectly fine with that. I was like, okay, I want to play as this character. I understand when y'all made this game, there's no you can include him. So that's worth the DLC paying for it because he came at a later point in time, so that made sense. What I don't agree with is we have a game like Final Fantasy 15, when it's been in development for over a decade, and they still have the audacity to make you pay DLC.
Yeah, I don't play them games, to be fair, but I have heard the stories about how bad the DLC was in terms of how it was presented.
It is, because it's like, let me get this straight. So basically what you're telling me is that this game development for almost a decade.
Yeah.
You had all the time in the world to include whatever you wanted put into it. Over a decade. It got delayed so many times. Like, you had all the time in the world. When the game finally comes out, you say, okay, here, guys, season pass for the DLC. Why is there DLC, period? No, it's like you had a decade.
You wait 10 years and then here's 3/4 of a game. It's like, what?
And
it's an absolute, it's a joke.
It blows my mind when companies like that do that. Well, perfect example too is Final Fantasy 7, like the remake they're doing. It's gonna be episodic.
Yeah.
It's full-fledged games, $60 a piece games, but they're gonna be split up into parts. But yet, all I have to do is put in my PS1 and play the full game I paid like $30 for back in the day. And I'll get the full experience. So it's like, why am I paying DLC for a game that I know how long it is, and I have the full game on the P? I mean, I don't personally have them using that example. I have the full game on PS1, and it's like, why am I paying more? I don't.
Yeah, it makes no sense, does it?
Like scummy.
I tell you what, though, I tell you a game that did. I do also think did an episodic game, and they did it right. The only game that I've played recently that has done it right, I think the new Hitman game. I think that did that quite well because they released it, but each episode had so much to do that you could live with maybe spending. I can't remember how much it was, like say £10 on an episode, and then you'd have like. I mean, for me, I don't game like 12 hours a day or anything. I game I don't know, 4, 5 hours max maybe, and that spending. I could spend like a month on that game with that. It was that much to do.
Well, see,
So I think that's fair enough. I mean, £10 for a month's worth of gaming. I mean,
well, how
that's
much is
fine for
10
me.
pounds? How much is 10 pounds?
£10. I think it's about. I think now it's about $13 for you.
Interesting. So your
So I
currency
don't
is
think that's
worth.
bad.
So your currency is worth more than ours.
I think
Let me see.
to be fair, I think it's more than $13. I think it's about 15, 16.
Let me
I know
see.
it was double. It was double at one
10
point.
pounds to dollars. Yes,
Euros, I think.
12.47. I mean, $12.47.
Dollars.
So damn,
Jesus.
yours is
Okay.
worth more than ours.
Yeah. So $12 to you is £10 to us.
How much is 100 pounds?
120, I assume.
$124. Holy shit! I need to go to Europe and
Yeah.
just collect some pounds. Then.
It used to be better than that. You used to get we used to get like
Jesus.
$200
So I'm
to
curious.
100.
How much is like? So how much is like an Xbox One over there?
Xbox One. How much do you know how much an Xbox One is now? It's about 200. About £230. So that'll be like $400 ish to you.
Okay,
No, it won't. It's not
hell,
double, is it? It'll be about 300 and something dollars.
the dollars. 200. Jesus Christ!
Is that cheap or is that expensive?
I mean, you convert. Technically, right now with the deals they have, it is technically ours is cheaper, but just like in a general price standpoint, yours is actually worth more than ours. That's weird.
Yeah, I think you have better tax though, don't you? I think you get
Oh
better
yeah.
tax deals than we.
Well, how
You
much
always
tax
get.
is yours? Ours is 8%.
Yeah, because I have friends who always go to America and get clothes and then try and sneak them back.
Wait, so how
So
much tax is it over there for you guys?
our VAT is 20%.
20%.
Yeah, it used to be 12%, but it went up about 2 years
Jesus
ago.
Christ, why?
It's. I wish I knew. I so wish I knew.
Like the minimum wage living there. I'm curious.
The minimum wage is now, I think for me, at 23 is £7.55
£7.
per hour. £7.55 per hour.
7.55 pounds.
But that's for a 23-year-old. I think it's £6.10 for the 18-year-old.
It's like how would I write that? I'm curious.
7.55
pounds to dollars. So much is that over here? $9. That's good. That's actually good.
That's for a 23-year-old. It goes down when you go down in age.
I got you. Because over here, the minimum wage, at least where I live, is only $7.25 an hour, which is nothing.
Really?
Yes.
Like
but the fact that your minimum wage is $9.
Yeah, it's a considerable difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, man. But I suppose it works out with like the tax and all that sort of business.
It does. It does. It does. Did you hear about the Nintendo Switch?
I haven't, to be dead honest, I haven't heard anything from E3 yet. I've not read up on anything. I'm really out of the loop at the minute.
So I'll explain to you. So basically, Nintendo was obviously replacing the Wii U, which in my opinion, the Wii U is sad. When I first bought the Wii U, I thought it was like the best thing ever. I'm like a hardcore Nintendo fan, so I
relate to you completely there. I totally agree.
I was like, yeah, screw you, Xbox One people. Whatever. Xbox wouldn't even come out yet. I'm just saying, I thought it was the best thing ever, and it was at first. I thought it was kind of cool, but then eventually it just collected dust like my Wii because there was no games. Yeah. There was no fucking games.
Yeah.
The next game I played when I first bought after launch was Super Mario World, but that didn't come out until 2014. It was like 2 years later. So it's like, what the fuck? It just started collecting dust, and eventually they just gave up on it. It's just like how I gave up.
Dennis was only fun for so long.
It was. It's just, and I just stopped being on like Nintendo forums and whatever. It's just like it wasn't worth it anymore. It really wasn't. But so now this Nintendo Switch, let me explain. So basically, Nintendo Switch is still some of a gimmick, but it's not. So essentially, it's like this not touchscreen, just like this screen controller, right? Yeah. You can dock it to like this dock, and then it can appear on your TV.
Okay.
So you have two ways of playing it. You can either play it on the TV, or if you want to play it handheld wise, you can just play it on you just take it out the screen. So basically, the system itself is the screen.
Okay, that's a cool idea. Let me just Google it. Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch.
So
Let's see
like
what it looks
yeah.
like.
So basically, it's the system itself is just a screen.
Okay. Okay, I see what you mean.
So
Yeah,
you
that's a
just
cool
play it.
idea.
hmm So yeah, so
Ah,
that's good. Whatever. There's a few issues with it though. First,
okay.
first though, which it blows my mind how they let this happen. First, there's no voice chat.
Oh wow, really?
Well, I mean, there is voice chat, but you have to use your phone. They're gonna download this app so you can use your phone,
Right.
and it's like for all that, I can just call the person
Yeah,
and we can just
yeah.
play on it. It's like I feel like every time Nintendo takes one step forward, they take like 10 steps back.
They seem to miss something key, don't they?
It's like how do you not have voice chat? And this time it's like unexcusable because how can the original Xbox, which came out in 2001, have voice chat?
Yeah, you can't have it on
And
this.
now it's
Yeah.
2017, 16 years later, and you guys still can't figure out how to do voice chat. It's ridiculous. No, it's like it blows my mind.
It seems bizarre that you don't have voice chat on that. And for what it is, it's not really. I can't imagine it being a hard thing to implement.
It's not. It can't be because like they did it for the Wii U because only for certain games though. It's like for example, like Call of Duty, they have voice
So,
chat. It's
so
weird.
have they announced any games for the Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch?
So
Oh,
and here's where it gets like iffy. So they announced Zelda, right? So I mean, Zelda is a launch title. Breath of the Wild. It's only
yeah,
three
yeah.
games that launch though. That's the issue. Only three games.
Really?
Yes, it's Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game called One Two Switch is basically their version of Wii Sports and whatever. And
Okay.
this other game, I forgot what it was. So it's like
Right.
there's only three games, and only one of them is gonna be worth playing. They showed a Mario game, which looks incredible. It's basically a Mario. He's in the real world or whatever. He's like in New
Oh,
York and
okay.
whatever. So it actually looks incredible. That ain't coming out until the fall though. So what you're telling me is that
Ah,
I'm not gonna actually
that's
buy this system until the fall because there's no way because I didn't tell you the price. The price
go on.
is 300. Well, over here is $300. Now that may not seem
$300.
yeah $300, and it's
I think
like okay,
that's
it's steep, right?
yeah.
I can imagine how much is
So
$300 in pounds
I'm just having a look here. It's £280 over here.
convert.
So that's more.
That's more
I
than the
won't.
Xbox One, pretty much.
I wouldn't pay more than an Xbox One for that, if I'm honest with you.
It is because and no, here's the kicker: you
Go
have to
on.
pay for online too now, which is fine because eventually you're gonna get to that point.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the real kicker are the accessories. So basically what the system, I'm gonna pull it up. Actually, I'm gonna look at it right now while I'm talking to you. I forgot what it
Okay.
comes with, but it's not
Okay.
worth it. What it comes with,
Does that just come with one controller?
yeah. So I'm gonna explain basically. So it comes with what's included. It comes with Nintendo Switch console. As I said, it's just essentially the screen itself is the console.
Okay.
It comes with Nintendo Switch dock, so lets you plug it into your so lets you screen on TV. So essentially, the whole point of Nintendo Switch is that you don't need your TV to play it, which is fine, I
Right.
guess.
Okay. So it's
So
it's
it's
mobile.
portable. You can take it. I guess the whole point of trying to do Nintendo Switch, you can take it anywhere with you. You get the console experience anywhere on the go.
Oh, okay.
So I do find that interesting. So it comes with
Yeah.
these things called Joy Cons, right?
Yeah.
Are essentially Wii remotes, but you can plug them into the Joy-Con grip and basically like a traditional controller, essentially.
Okay.
And it
That's
comes
a
with
cool
only
idea.
comes with that, and it comes with no game. That's one issue. How are you gonna
Oh,
release
there's
There's
no
no game
like.
included. There's no game included. It costs three
That's
hundred
not
dollars by
good.
itself.
That's not.
And it's like I'm looking at it. I can pull up an Xbox One, any Xbox One bundle right now. It comes with the game, and it costs
Yeah.
$250
It
over
comes.
there. It costs $50 cheaper. And it comes with a game. How do
Yeah.
they? No, but
It,
what's the kicker is to me is the accessories. I didn't get started on the accessories.
okay.
This is the real kicker. So basically, these Joy-Con controllers, like I said, they're pretty much Wii remotes. I personally myself would want to use like the Pro controller. Okay, you know how like they had the Wii U Pro controller. I bought that
Yeah, because these
before for the
controllers
Wii
look
U.
really big and a
And
bit.
yeah, bulky. I
They don't
wouldn't even
really
want to play on
act
that.
do they? They
And
don't. They
it's
don't
like
look very comfortable to use them.
it isn't. It isn't. They're essentially remotes. The kicker is the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. If you didn't know, video games over here cost $60. Nintendo Switch Pro controller costs $70.
Oh my god,
It costs more than the game itself.
that's a joke.
It is.
Is
And the
that
Joy-Con,
is that for real?
I'm dead serious.
Jesus. And how they expect that to be like marketable in any way?
It is. So it's like, and then the Joy-Con controllers, like if you want to buy an extra set of Joy-Con controllers, because getting close to, I'm pretty sure you have family and you want them to play. A set of Joy-Con controllers alone costs $80.
That's too expensive. That it
$80.
really is. There's
And
no way that you can argue that.
here's the kicker: the Joy-Con controllers, right? So basically, like they have to be charged or whatever.
Okay.
You have to charge them. The Joy-Con grip that's included with the system isn't a chargeable one. What they did,
No.
what they did is that they made a separate one that actually charges it, and that costs $30 by
Really?
itself. So essentially, what they gave us a prop piece in the system, and it doesn't even charge it. It's just
People are
there
going to
just
overlook stuff like that, though.
They
People are going to buy this and not realize until they get it. That's what's going to happen.
And the kicker is that the Nintendo, so like say you like need like another dock, right? For whatever reason.
Yeah.
It costs $90 for the dock.
That's a joke.
So I did the math, right? So I decided, I'm just gonna do the math real quick on this.
Okay.
Nintendo Switch costs $300, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I buy Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
That costs $60.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, I'm gonna buy the Pro controller because I'm not gonna play with those shitty Joy-Con controllers. So that's another $80. I mean that's another $70, I should say.
Okay.
Right? So that's that plus 70.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what? My brother probably wants to play with this too. So that's another $70 for controller.
Okay.
So in total, on launch day, if I were to buy this system with what I just said, that will cost me. Hold on, I did the math wrong. It came out wrong. 300 plus 70.
I'm thinking about
plus
it ahead, and it's coming up to some big numbers.
70. In total, it will cost me $500.
Jesus.
$500. For $200 more, I could just buy another system.
But what people are going to do, they're going to spend, say, I don't. How much is the actual system itself?
The system itself is just $300 without any. I mean, you don't get home with no game.
So the people are going to buy the $300 system, take it home, open it up, realize what they've got, and then and then go out and spend another
$60.
Like, say $200. Yeah.
And again, it only comes with one set of controllers. So again, so imagine like you had like two kids, you had to spend $80 for two sets of controllers.
That is so much money.
And that's not even counting the game. You still had to pay the game. It's like I don't understand what was their thought process on this.
You need to. That needs thinking through, especially. And then you go back to the original problem that it's not got a microphone.
It doesn't. And it's like either Nintendo is that confident in this system that people would buy this. And it's like my whole thing is that I would have no problem spending that much money if I didn't. If like 4 years ago I did not spend $250 for no reason on the Wii U.
Yeah,
I would have no problem. I would have no problem. That's my main issue. I would have no problem spending this amount of money if y'all actually cared about the Wii U. So like, how would I know you guys won't do the same thing with the Switch?
Yeah,
it doesn't sell. And that's my point.
They've not put much faith in the actual consumer, have they? For this system. Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you on what you say.
Like that's my thing. Like I would personally have no problem spending this if they didn't do what they did with the freaking Wii U. So I essentially when I bought the Wii U, cost $350. So I spent $350 for that, and I bought 4 games, $60 a piece. I almost spent almost $500 on launch. I mean, more than $500 on launch day for that system.
Jeez, that's a lot. It's bizarre, man.
And you saw what happened there. So now they're telling me spend double the amount for this.
Yeah, it doesn't warrant it, does it, at all?
No. Especially there's no game. There's only one game. The kicker is there's only one game that's worth playing on launch day. You don't give us 3 options anyway. Nobody's gonna play the 1-2 switchable.
Is it still
Huh?
being talked about at the minute as being a problem, or has it been
No, I
overlooked?
mean, well, the system comes out March 3rd, so like they've been advertising a lot recently. And I'm just looking, and it's like there's no fucking game besides Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I'm personally not the biggest Zelda fan myself. My
No,
brother
I'm
is.
not
I
either.
would rather play the Mario game. And the Mario game actually looks amazing. But the issue is, I can't play that shit until the fall. So guess what? I'm probably not gonna pay. I'm not. And but the mindset of people is that I'm not gonna be spending this. Yeah. So okay. So the three games are I'm looking at the three games that come out at launch. If I can pull it up, they have it on their website.
I do like the idea of it being mobile, though. I think that's a
It
really
is
cool idea.
and I mean, and I that's their main selling point. I can tell their main selling point that you take any, which that is actually a good idea. I don't.
Yeah.
So here, okay, so there's actually four games. The four games that are coming out on launch day is Just Dance 2017, which anybody's gonna play. Once you switch, Super Bomberman R and Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's four games.
What Super Bomberman is that?
R. It's
But
what you're thinking it is, but I didn't realize it. On the Switch.
It's what you think it is. Yeah,
It
you know
is.
exactly what I think. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not worth that sort of money. That's the sort of thing that you've got to wait for, like you say, some decent games come out, or to
Yeah.
see exactly.
So and then the next set of games that come out after this for the Switch, we
Okay.
have Has Been Heroes. Okay.
Okay.
Sniper Clips, whatever that is.
Okay.
Shovel Knight for the Switch. And then you go into April, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is not even deluxe because all it is essentially just all DLC courses. Nothing really new besides all DLC courses.
So it's
Yeah,
like
Lego
a
City
remastered
Undercover.
version.
Yeah, essentially. It's Lego City Undercover, Sonic Mania,
Okay.
Arms, which is okay. Ryan. Then you got Splatoon 2, which is I guess is interesting. That's come out to the summer. NBA 2K18, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Skyrim, really?
Skyrim, yes. They are
Wow.
releasing a game that came out almost a decade ago. And they expect me to pay $60 for it again. I want to know their thought process. It's bad enough that you're releasing this game this late.
Is it?
Why is this not on release day is beyond me.
It's not been thought through whatsoever. That I'm not. It's not sold me anyway. There's no way
It
I'm
hasn't sold me yet. Again, I told myself too, and I told my brother the only way I'm getting this. I mean, I don't see myself getting this. I'm saving up right now. I'm saving up for a camera, for a new camera that I plan on getting next week, and I could
Okay.
get cost like the camera I'm getting costs like $1,000. I could easily use that $1,000 to pre-order the Switch right now and get it. I chose not to because what they showed me at the presentation is that the only way I'm buying this is when Super Mario Odyssey comes out. That's the only game that seems worthwhile to me. That
Yeah.
I will pay
Yeah.
$10 for. I'm looking at it, and then you got games like FIFA, which is fine, I guess. The Sky of Five.
Are you a big fan of Mario?
Yeah, the Sky of 5, Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers. Okay. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which I already have on Xbox One, so why would I even pay for this?
Yeah, about that.
They're releasing it too late. Fire Emblem Warriors, which I am interested in. Minecraft Story, Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. I already played freaking Rayman Legends.
My only thing is, are you a big fan of Mario?
I am a big fan of Mario. That's the only reason why.
Because if you're like, not everyone's a big fan of Mario, so if you're trying to sell it with games like Mario and you're not a big fan of Mario, then you're just not going to buy it.
You're not going to buy it. Period. If Mario's not going to sell you,
exactly.
What else is? Because again, I like Zelda, but I'm not like a hardcore fan. That's why that's why I didn't even pre-order it yet, because I like Zelda. Like I played some of the Zelda games and like Hyrule Warriors and whatever, but it's like I'm not that hardcore Zelda fan. Like that's the only reason why I bought the Wii U at launch, is because Super Mario Brothers U, which in hindsight was a shit game, but I only bought it because it was Mario.
Yeah, it's because you're a fan of Mario and you always have been. Yeah,
that made me spend the $350 for that game solely just to play that game. You know, I knew it was a shit game anyway. I just bought. I was like, okay, it's a Mario game. Why not? The games I bought at the time was Super Mario Brothers U, Nintendo Land. I mean, Nintendo Land came with it. Super Mario Brothers U, Batman Arkham City, and Zombie U.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to give that a year before I even consider buying that.
Exactly. Because no, trust me, it's not worth it. And me being a hardcore Nintendo fan, I'm a person. This is gonna be the first system that I'm not
Where
buying at
you
launch.
really?
Yeah, from Nintendo, I'm not
Yeah,
because this is not.
yeah.
It's not worth it.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. It's a shame, really, because you can see where there's a good promise in that system,
It
but
is.
they've just not done it right.
I personally see
They,
it because like if they do it right. For perfect example, I'm keep telling myself this: if Nintendo would have released, I'm a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh too. If Nintendo would have released a Yu-Gi-Oh game for the Wii U, and since it was the whole gamepad thing, it would have been incredible because then you don't have to share the screen. You have two separate screens. You can use the gamepad on,
that's
and you can
cool.
do it like
Yeah,
that. And now I can see the same thing with Nintendo Switch. You can go to somebody's house. You can
yeah. So you
even
like
Pokemon.
your deck is
Yeah,
on the actual
exactly.
system.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then you have to show the other person and you can just put the screen side by side and just duel on there. And like same thing with Pokemon. They have a console Pokemon game. You not because the system itself is portable now. So like I see
yeah.
potential in this. But like on day one, before you got four games and one of them is Just Dance, that ain't cutting it.
It's not doing anything for me. That
Like
it
Just
really
Dance.
isn't.
Yeah, that sure is. It costs $60. Yeah, how much does Just Dance cost? I'm
I
curious.
guarantee it's probably about
It
$60.
is. Let me see. Just Dance 2017. I'm just very curious how much
I
Just
have
Dance
no
costs.
idea what Just Dance is or what sort of game it is, but I know
It's
already that I won't like
Just Dance. If you don't know, it's basic. It is the most dumb. It's the most dumb. I mean, I fully admit I played it before. That's totally because my sister bought it for the Wii U, and
it.
I just
Okay.
played it. Me and my brother played it. It's essentially you're just dancing. You're essentially dancing. You're
Wait,
just
is this
dancing
the
with
one
children.
where it had Han Solo dancing with two
Yes,
stormtroopers?
yes,
Oh, I know what game it is.
yes.
Yeah, I
It's
remember the
essentially
cutscene.
that. You're essentially just
Yeah.
dancing to the what it shows on the screen, and it's like
Right.
okay, and it's worth. I mean, I'm looking
Yeah,
at it right
it's
now.
not something I'd
Let
play.
me see
I
how
don't
much it
think
costs.
I should do a recording of that. I thought
Yeah,
that'd probably do well, wouldn't it?
because it's so the concept is so stupid. They sold millions off of this game because you got those idiots that would just buy it. Those
Yeah.
girls that would just buy it. Say, "Oh, cool! They got the new latest song, whatever. You're gonna buy it on there." It's like, what?
It's people who don't. It's
Yeah, it
essentially
costs $60.
non-gamers.
They had the balls to sell this for $60.
Oh dear.
They have the audacity. What they're basically telling me this is worth the same amount as the Legend of Zelda. Okay, like okay, like that. That
it's
really
not.
says a lot.
It's not happening. I think we can call it right here, me and you, that is just not going to happen.
No, I'm not buying this shit. You're
An
telling me that I
exclusive
only
from
have
Korea.
four options and only one of them is Zelda and the other game is Nintendo's this Just Dance game.
Yeah, it's
And
not.
I'm looking at it. I'm actually this is interesting. It says two ways to play this game: the Joy-Con or your smartphone. What?
I don't understand.
You could play the Just Dance game on your smartphone, but the whole point is supposed to dance to it. So okay,
Jeez.
it's weird.
So out of interest, what is your favorite game?
My favorite video game series. Well, my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
It's hard. If off the top of my head, it has to be Tales of Symphonia for the GameCube.
For the
Never
what?
heard of that
Sorry.
game. Tales of Symphonia for the GameCube. It's part of
I've
like the
never
it's
heard of
like the
that.
Japanese RPG game.
Oh, okay. Right. I'll be honest with you. I'm not into It's not my thing. That.
Yeah, no,
But
I wasn't
I
really
do
either.
get it.
But that's just my because it's like the Tales series is going on forever. But that's just that one game I can always go back to and never get bored of it.
Really.
I like me and my brother. What we used to do is like at least once a year, we would always take 1 month out of the year just to play the full game over and over again. You know, we played. That's how good that game was.
What, you still do that now?
Yeah, oh, well, not anymore because I sadly sold my GameCube for other reasons. But
Oh,
that's what we
okay.
used to do. We used to just play it. At least take once a year. We used to just play because that's how good that game was.
Wow.
I can never get bored of that game.
Fair
And
enough.
it's crazy because every year we find something new that we didn't realize was in the previous game.
Oh, so it's that like expansive of a game.
Because that's how big that game is. We thought we did it all, and the next thing you know, on our like fifth playthrough, oh shit, we can make this guy learn fire to the point that he can like every time an enemy attacks, he actually gets healed from the fire, and it's like every time we
That's
learn
cool.
something new, and it's like always these new cutscenes, like this new dialogue we've never even heard from the previous game. Actually, I actually have a let's play on my channel too, and when I was playing it live, I was like, oh shit, I never even heard this. The amount of times I played that game, I never heard this dialogue this person said. It's completely new to me because I did a different route of the game.
Really?
That's how big the game. That's hands down probably my favorite game of all
That's
time.
cool. That's cool. I
I mean,
get
like
that.
my favorite video game series in general is just the WWE games. Again, I'm just a big wrestling fan, but
Yeah.
my favorite game of all time has to be Tales from Tony.
Oh, that's cool. Well,
What is
yeah.
yours?
It will probably have to. I hate to admit this, but it's actually. So to be honest, I'm not actually ashamed of this. Do you know Knights of the Old Republic?
I heard of it. Yes.
I am such a huge fan of it. It was probably the first ever proper RPG that I really got into, and I just fell in love with it. I can go back to that game so many times.
Wait, are you talking
And
about the Star Wars?
yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Then, yep, I know exactly.
1 and 2, and I just fell in love with them, man. I really did. I don't know what it was. I mean, I can play it now, and oh man, I love that game so much. It's
What is your
it's
favorite video game series?
series. Oh Jesus. I probably. Oh, I don't know actually. It'd probably be the Elder Scrolls, you know.
Hmm.
Thinking about it, it's not that I like games that have like a universe behind them.
I
It
got
does
you.
so much. It does so much for me. Like it's because I can read up about them. I can look into it. Actually, you know what? I'm going back on that, and I feel bad saying this because the recent games have been awful. But the Assassin's Creed series,
Yeah, my
I
brother.
really,
It's
I
sad.
really
My
like the.
brother's a huge fan of that, but he said 3 killed it for him.
Did it?
Yeah, 3 killed it. He said they killed off Desmond,
Ye-
the supposed main character of the game. You know, I kept telling the main character was just the assassin. He he liked the Desmond story better than the second they killed him off. He was done. He skipped. It's funny. He bought the game every year. The second they killed him, he skipped Assassin's Creed 4. He did not play it. To this day, he would not play it.
I 100% agree with your brother because since the Desmond story was absolutely awesome, and I used to do the background reading the books and all that. And then when Desmond died, I left Black Flag because I was like, nope, not going to even try it. And then I tried Syndicate.
Yeah, I mean, he bought Syndicate and what was the other one? What are the other game that came out? He bought all the games that came out after Black Flag, but like that
like
one year,
Rogue and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, by that one year, he's like, nope, I can't. I just can't do it.
yeah. I felt like
I
was cheating.
like he was so serious about it because it's like, I can understand because it's like if you're invested to the game, they kill off or they do something horrible like that. They're like the wrong decision. It was like, I can understand completely. Like he
Yeah,
literally,
it ruined it for me. That.
it's funny because he bought it with games with gold, but he has yet to play. He would not play it.
Yeah, I mean the potential for a cool story is so strong, but then and they were building it up, and then they kill him, and it's like, wait, what? Like, I mean, the ending was awesome, but if you're gonna kill him off, please don't make another game. Do you know what I mean? It was like
that's
when
my point.
it was like when Halo 3 came out, and it was like, oh, don't tell me you're making a 4. Please don't make a 4. And then they did Reach, and I was like, okay, I can work with Reach, and then. They was like, yeah, well, the Master Chief's still alive, and we're going to carry it on. And it's like, oh dear, no. And then it was just, I mean, playing that now, it's just such a shame because it doesn't feel like the story. The story should have kind of ended for me, but it didn't.
Video games take a toll. It's just amazing how video games work like that. It's just so it has so much of an impact to the point where it's like even though it's not real, it can affect you that much. It makes you not even want to buy the next game.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not just that. I mean, when I was younger and I was playing games, I used to. If you were to tell me when I was younger that they were making a Halo 4, I'd be like, brilliant. Let's keep going. Whereas now I'm like, no, keep it original. Please just keep it original. Keep it original. Do not make another game.
No, I understand.
Because you want to preserve the memory of it, don't you?
Same thing with like Yu-Gi-Oh for me, like the anime series. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds was probably hands down my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. And I said it should have ended right there, but no. What they decided to do is make 3 more, and they all sucked. And it's like it gets to the point where it's like it just should have just ended right. If it would have ended right now, I'd be perfectly happy.
Yeah, yeah,
I would be able to contend that my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh series was the end of the series in general. I would have been perfectly fine.
yeah.
But nope, they just keep releasing it.
It's it's a cash grab, isn't it?
It is. That's all it is now. And
And
it's
they
sad where it's
spoil
like
it.
stuff that you, yeah, stuff you like as a kid. They're just using it, and it's just they just keep berating it and just keep.
We are definitely in a time where originality seems to be really out of the window.
It
It's a
is.
lot of reboots and carrying on old franchises, and it's a shame because there's not many original pieces of work coming out. To be honest,
Oh,
it,
you're absolutely right. Yeah,
it
you're
doesn't
absolutely right.
feel like we're in like a creative time.
You are 100% right on that. I cannot disagree with that. It is. It's sad, really.
Yeah, it really is because every film that comes out of the cinema now is a reboot of something. Well, not every film, I'm generalizing, but you do see it so often.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
getting
remember that
boring.
one year. I forgot the year it was. They released 3 different Abraham Lincoln movies over here. I was like, what? It was like
Really?
one of them about. It was like a Abraham Lincoln story, like biography. They had Abraham Lincoln zombie killer. I was like, what are they doing?
Oh
What
yeah,
is
I
this?
forgot about them. Yeah, yeah, and it was like, what is this about?
What?
It,
It's like
make,
what?
it makes no sense. What's the film that they reboot that was awful? Ghostbusters. I was like,
Yes,
oh
yes.
God, please don't tell me you're doing that. And I mean, I've got nothing against women, like,
Oh
and
yeah, no, of course.
nothing.
That's my whole point. It's not
But
because
yeah,
bad in
Ghostbusters
general.
originally was the men. It was the guys that
I know.
were, and it's like you're changing the whole plot here. This isn't why we watched Ghostbusters in the first place. This isn't why they had a number two. It's stupid.
It was. No, it was. I completely agree. It was.
But you get the social justice types that jump on the bandwagon and say that this is because you don't like women. And oh, come on now, like you gotta get a grip. Do
No, no. You're right.
you know what I mean?
No, no, because like that is easiest. I mean, you know that woman named Anisia Sarkeesian. She's the worst example of that.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Sorry.
So she's basically this feminist, this very feminist person.
Okay.
She has such an impact on the game industry, so much so is that they started like the whole Gamergate thing. You ever heard of that Gamergate?
Oh, sorry. Right, I know what you mean. Yeah, sorry. I know
No, no,
exactly what
no.
you
Yeah,
mean.
that's exactly who
She was
started
the
it.
publicist woman, wasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. And she caused the whole movement. And
Hmm.
she kind of caused a problem that weren't there really.
It wasn't. She was basically how like women gets like demoralized in video games or whatever. That's like not the case at all.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's telling me that women are being subjected to this and the other in gaming is a complete fallacy, man. It really is.
it's funny because she used Grand Theft Auto as an example, right? She was saying how like you have to kill these people. Where it's not really like basically like you have to run over people, or, like kill these people to advance through the game. Where it's not the case at all. If you kill people, you get a badge for it, and the police come after you. So
Yeah,
like killing like normal citizens, she makes it seem like that's how it's fun. It is like that's what like the normal thing to do in the game to advance your game. Where she completely lied on it because if you kill normal citizens that don't do anything, the cops are gonna come after you. So it's like, what the hell is she talking about?
yeah. There's no reward for that in any way.
Exactly, that's my point. So it's like, what the hell is she talking about?
Yeah, it was absolute bullshit when that happened. It really was. It made no sense whatsoever. But I think sometimes people like to ride off the back of big names in terms of to get their own their own
It was, no,
publicity.
it was. But I think we are actually wrapping up here. I don't want to just
Yeah,
go too long, but no, I wouldn't say this is actually pretty good. It's always nice to hear from other people, especially from other countries, how
yeah,
it is
yeah.
in
You
certain
too, man.
YouTube videos. So, and then I think we had a good conversation here going today.
No, I appreciate you having me on. It's been really good. I've really had a good chat with you, and
No, no problem.
yeah, I appreciate all the help you've given me, and
No,
it's
of
been a
course.
good chat, man.
Oh, has anything you want to promote before we go off the air?
Not really. Just my channel, Taps Engineer, one word, and just a shout out to Sturtrix for
Mhm.
setting up the Hydro Squad, really, and yeah, all the guys in there, and they've really helped me out, and I do appreciate everything that they've done, really, and yeah, that's it, and also to yourself for having me on.
Oh, of course, no problem. And just guys, just let you know, he will be a part of my channel recommendation. So be on my channel.
Oh.
He'll be on my channel recommendation, so you can see him on there. So just go subscribe from there, and also subscribe to all his social medias, Twitter
Appreciate that,
and
Creator.
whatnot. Yeah. No, of course, no problem.
All right, then, man.
No problem, man. All right, man. See you. This is Creator Talks signing off. Catch you guys later. See ya.